All right, money inflates people's brains. Yes, it does. As a matter of fact, anything that is overcomplicated that has been made by man, all right, that becomes this necessity or becomes this illusionary concept of being a necessity can inflate your mind. Out of everything that humans create, money and finance, their economic systems, probably one of the most difficult. But it's not just the monetary systems that people have allowed themselves to be put into. It's also the over analyzation of others. Let's put it that way. The overanalyzation of life. See, you can definitely have your mind help you understand certain things that become coherent with what the heart knows. But if you get too caught up in your mind, and in some cases too logical, you get too caught up in logic and reasoning to the point where you dismiss certain possibilities, now you've become a victim, or you become trapped and enslaved to your own egoic spiritual trap. In this case, it'd be an egoic intellectual trap. Have you ever noticed when people study a lot of something or are very scholarly, the way their heads tend to shape? Not everybody, certain people. Certain people know how to just look for the information, keep it stored away. But there are people who have done too much to try to memorize this stuff, right? And some of these people, when it comes to the financial system, become corrupt. Of course, because their mind has been corrupted. Plain and simple. Some of them become corrupt because their mind has been corrupted. They know, their natural self knows that money should not be a necessity and it's a little too complicated and, there's certain, it could be simpler, right? And it does not need to be a necessity. They know this. But because they been mixed, or their spirit and intellect has been mixed with what has been programmed. Mixed can even be uh, related to mixed can be. You can refer to mixed in reference to mixed blood, mixed DNA. All right. Just there has been a mixture spiritually, intellectually, and physically of the natural and the unnatural. That some people get so caught up in the unnatural, want to learn the whole unnatural thing, and then their heads blowed up, literally. Literally. I noticed this. When I get too caught up in trying to memorize or learn something, and I look at myself in the mirror, my head starts to seem to have bloated too much. Like, what the heck just happened? Way too much going in the mind. And then the worst part is people find a comfort when they get comfortable with that. And it's not a good comfort either. In other words, the only thing that keeps them comfortable in staying with that over excessive, or you can say with that overwhelming information, the only thing that keeps them comfortable is because they have this sense of self-importance and pride that, oh yes, I am learning this system and the system cannot, I'm the one who can conquer it, because I have learned it and I know how to work with it. That's great. But that still doesn't mean you're free. That still does not make these people free. Okay? What makes us free is realizing that life is free. Right? Everything we need, nature already provides. Money is an extra. I've mentioned this before, time and time again. Money is an extra. It's not a necessity. It can be used for all the extra things in life, and it need not be so complicated. There's a rise in play to earn options. There's a rise in cryptocurrencies. All of these innovations economically happening because people are in reality tired, okay, of the same crap, the same repetitive things. They have other things they would much rather work on. Life itself, their own development, spiritually, physically, and intellectually, for things that they love to do, that already takes enough energy. And now they have to put more energy into something else. So by the time they get home, they are too tired to be living their life. Now, there are those who rise above it and are willing to take that. And to those people, okay, cool, I commend you. Some people are willing to go through it and rise above it and come out of it by going through it. But at the same time, We are all at a point now where we must realize that we don't have to go through this. Okay? The people, humanity, Earth, all the Earth kin. Okay? We don't have to be overcomplicating and living this overcomplicated life. All right? Money does not have to be complicated. People are like, well, it's only complicated because you don't understand the system. No, no, no. Even when you understand the system is complicated, period. There's so many things, too much to memorize. What is the point? What is the point of all that? Oh, I can already hear people say, well, the point is because that's the system, we have to work with it. Says who? But that, what else can we do? Oh, what else can you do? Plant gardens, work together, be a little more simpler, okay? Taxes and all these other things. You know, the genius thing about tax is that in the light side, in its light aspect, it can be a way to recycle. Right? There's a certain amount of money, and that money gets recycled, so there's no inflation and deflation. Okay, that can happen, or you can make it more simpler. People play games, for example, like what's happening right now with NFTs and crypto, but not limited to that. People play sports. People can help other businesses out. You make all this money, or you make these credits, and you can use these credits for things, and everything has a certain price, and nothing goes overboard because there's no need for anything to go overboard in price when people's necessities are met. Especially if it's people who are, especially when people are working together to make sure these needs are met. Working with the land, living with the land. See, it's so freaking simple. It really is really simple. And I'm amazed at how we just complicate this stuff, okay? And how humans allow themselves to be overly complicated or live complicated lives because because some force came with guns rootin' tootin', okay? As if firepower is the only power, but that aside, some force came, all right, and basically told them, oh, okay, this is the way life, this is how life is going to be. You must pay to live, earn your life, and earn your wages. Become a wage slave. The hell? Look at what's happening. The internet and these tools have allowed people to kind of do their own thing. And wisdom is being shared, virtually and in person. Wisdom has always been shared. Plants, nature always contains wisdom. But now people are sharing more. We're learning more. We're unifying more. Getting more together. And this is good. Because this is basically is what, baby, relax. Basically this is, hey. Basically this is what is allowed. Basically, this is what is allowing us to realize, okay, baby, us to realize, Phoebe and Sasha, it's helping us realize that life is really simple. And Earth is naturally abundant, free, and love. And love does not kill. Namaste.